Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning, and I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I don't know if I'm exactly awake yet. I've actually been up for a couple of hours. I got sleep last night, you guys. The most I've had in a long time. I left the stream last night, went and laid down, and about half an hour later, I passed out, and I slept until 9 this morning. I was like, damn! Slept like a damn dead man. And so I'm awake and alert. So I went and watched the rest of the debate, and we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But before we get to that, I have to address what was trending when I woke up this morning. When I woke up this morning, white Obama was trending, and it was beautiful. It was fucking beautiful. It was from SNL skit last night. Saturday Night Live actually did a partially funny skit about the debate, and actually they made me more aware of the debate. What the fuck am I even trying to say? They made me more aware of the debate and what I was seeing, and there was one part that I kept looking for, and they were spot on. Tom Steyer in that debate became the great uniter, the great uniter. Every time he got a chance to answer, he kept saying, these guys are right. These guys are right. These guys are right. I was like, oh, Tom, stop sucking up. Stop sucking up. It was funny, though, because he would say, these guys are right, but here's where they're wrong. It was always they're right, but they suck. He's right, but they suck. Oh, people are telling me Scribbles is live. Well, go watch Scribbles. I'll be here. Don't worry. I don't take these down. You can find it. Go watch Scribe. The SNL skit was pretty funny. They did a good job of actually encapsulating what you saw there in the real debate. Oh my. The first thing I want to talk about is I want to say hi to my friend Dog here. How you doing, P-Dog?
Should probably put headphones on so I can hear you.
Let me try that again then. How you doing, P-Dog?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you doing, man?
Oh, good, man. Still a little sore from yesterday, but feeling so much better. It's amazing how healing sleep can be.
It's amazing, isn't it?
But Sir Wolfgang, thank you for the donation with no message. I appreciate that. That is very kind of you. Don't forget, guys, we are brought to you by you. Hit that like button, hit the share button, and if you can, donations in the hat are always welcome.
Oh, we're on.
we are live, my friend. We are live.
All right, cool.
Typically by the time I send out a link for this show, I've either gone live or I've got like 5 seconds before I'm going live. So
okay, cool.
Just a heads up. If you come on Monkey in the Morning, chances are I'm already talking to the peoples.
All right.
Did you watch the whole debate, Dog?
You know what? I did not. I
don't blame you.
Little snippets here, and you know what? I'm done. I'm done with the debates.
There were a couple parts of it that did jump out at me. For instance, thank you, Serenity Lotus, for the devil sticker. I appreciate that. That's very kind. I like the stickers in this. I got to admit it.
They are entertaining.
Before I get to the actual debate itself, I do want to talk about one thing, because I watched this on ABC's YouTube channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched it, the part that I had watched yesterday, there was a bunch of their preamble stuff, their build up to it nonsense,
mm-hmm.
and then the debate, and then the after stuff, of course. Well, I go to watch today, and the little red bar to tell me how much I've seen is still at the same place it was. However, the stuff they're talking about, I'm like, this isn't even where. What the hell? And I go back and I realize they've taken off the first hour of them talking before the debate. So they've changed the whole video. YouTube. That's not cool, man.
Could that be because it was over a certain amount of time, or they just completely took it off?
They went through and cut the front of it off. You can go through and, using YouTube's tools, adjust things, cut stuff out.
Okay.
But when it comes to something like that, when it comes to something like a say a presidential debate. ABC, this is on you. YouTube, you allow it, you dicks. But ABC, why didn't you just leave that? Just leave it.
Right.
But yeah, that annoyed me, so I had to whine about it real fast. But there was a great part of this. They're talking about Supreme Court nominations. And will there be a litmus test for abortion? Can you guess their answers?
If they said no, they're lying.
Yeah, they right.
If they said yes, well, duh.
Most of them said yes. Biden kind of danced around it.
Mm-hmm.
The one that really stood out to me, though, was Amy Klobuchar. Because Amy Klobuchar said, I'm going to nominate judges who respect precedent. Now, that's hang on, let me set this up. Because the question right before this, dog, was all about gun control. It was all about guns and changing gun laws and stuff. So Amy Klobuchar, she's all for, gun limits and that kind of crap, your basic gun control nonsense. So I really wish they would have asked her this, and nobody did. But wait a minute. You are going to nominate judges who respect precedent because of Roe v. Wade. But does that mean they'll do so in Heller as well? Does this, or any of the cases that have been coming up that you're bitching about, all of these cases that you guys don't like the Supreme Court, the way they've decided, are you going to nominate the ones who are going to uphold those as well?
Right.
But of course they didn't answer. The only time I actually saw one of the moderators get after somebody, Mayor Pete. Oh, Mayor Pete. White Obama, you guys. That's who White Obama was on the SNL skit. It was great.
He's the new target.
Yeah, there's a great line in that joke, or a great joke in that show that said, it's Mayor Pete. He goes, they call me Mayo Pete, but I assure you, I'm not that spicy. I was like, oh, that's harsh. It's funny. It's true, but it's kind of harsh. Yeah, don't forget, check out the hashtag White Obama if you guys want to see some great dragging of old Mayor Pete there.
Yeah, but are they with Klobuchar? Yeah, are they gonna have a litmus test of upholding Citizens United?
Oh no. Well,
their favorite.
They're going to, almost all of them at least seem to support the idea of a constitutional amendment that overturns Citizen United, which, by the way, I will say, I disagree with them with that stance. But if that's how you do it, I have no problem, because that's how the process is supposed to work. When you change the Constitution, it's not supposed to be through the judges on the court. It's supposed to be through constitutional amendment. So at least in that place, I agree with the way they're trying to do it. At least they're trying to do that legally.
True.
Sean says, can't sleep, clowns will eat me. Ooh, that's rough.
I don't know what that means.
Scribe says hi. Tell him I said hey. Now remember, guys, go watch Scribe. You can catch me later.
Go Thrapple.
I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Mayor Pete. They were talking about drugs and the drug crisis, and there's a big push to decriminalize drug users. To which Mayor Pete, he's like, yeah, I'm all for decriminalization. She goes, wait a minute, wait. In your city, after you were elected, drug crime incarceration went up. And he's like, I'm all for it. Look, we need to reduce drug. We got to stop treating it as a criminal issue. And she goes, hang on. It actually went up under you.
Well, in fact, yeah, that's a big thing on Black Twitter right now, is that Mayor Pete seemed to have, when he got into his office, the marijuana arrests for Black people went up 17% and much less for white people. So
yeah.
Everyone's bitching about Mayor Pete. It's hilarious. Yeah. While they're all arguing who has the most Black people.
Oh God, yes. Oh my God, yes. I got the most Black vote. Shut up. The fuck, Pete, let me ask you this. You're a Black man.
That I am.
Do you agree? Well, I don't want to ask you if you agree. I'm going to give you my thoughts and I want to hear your thoughts on this. I absolutely fucking hate that our country is in any way divided that way. That they look at the black vote or they look at the black crime record or they look at anything black and then white and then Asian. In my opinion, we're Americans. So if our crime stats, it's American crime stats. Voting, those are Americans voting.
Right.
I find it almost offensive that it's broken up that way.
Well, unfortunately, right now, even Trump breaks it up a little bit that way, just when he's touting his successes.
True. That is absolutely true.
So, I mean, it's going to happen. It already happens because the left constantly does it. And so sometimes the right has to go, hey, there are some successes here that you need to see. And so I understand it. Because if the Democrats lose even 5% of the black vote that they've had, they're done right now. Because the black population, and it's funny, they pander to black people so much, but the black population is not growing.
No, it's actually going down.
It's at 13%, and it's not
growing.
Thank
you, Planned Parenthood.
The Hispanic population. Oh, damn, the Hispanic population is growing, but the black population, but they still have to. They still have to pander to us, and I use us very generally. I mean, I lost my black card a long time ago. Well, let's put it this way: they severely restrict the credit limit on my black card. but the now I lost my train of thought because that was funny.
That was very funny. I enjoyed that.
But they're still pandering to us because we still have a very strong presence in society as far as culturally, politically, and things like that. We still have way more, cultural markers or markers that we can use, and we can be the loudest voice still because we've had probably, historically we've had in this country the hardest time, at least up to a certain point. Now, using that excuse that went up to those points, I don't appreciate, and I've gone well beyond that.
I see. You said up to a certain point. Historically, in our country, I would say definitely blacks have
between us and the Native Americans, but the Native Americans are completely forgotten.
Well, you also have to remember Native Americans technically are still their own people.
Right, true.
They're Americans, but that is their land. It's not American land. That is Indian land. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't have there's black land in the U.S.
True.
No matter what you think of Baltimore, guys, it's not black land. It's not the nation of blacks. You know what I mean? So I just don't like that it's separated that way, because to me, we're all Americans, and the issues that affect me affect you. That what changes in that respect is locally. Like the people of Baltimore are dealing with the problems of Baltimore, whites and blacks there.
Right.
When you're talking about like inner cities need help, there's a lot of white people there. There's a lot of Asians and Hispanic, especially Hispanics. If you're talking like New York, there's a lot of diversity there, dog.
True.
And they're like, well, we got to help the black community. You need to help the community. The pandering bullshit. Now, I get why it started. I get there was a time in our country where it's like, do you see what they're doing to black people? Mm-hmm. And that was a valid thing to say. But the pandering I saw up here on the stage, oh my God, you'd have thought we still had black people in chains, man.
Well, didn't Joe Biden predict that?
Yeah, he did. But yeah, it was amazing to me watching that, and the just sadness of it. And of course, Andrew Yang, look, if you want to help black people, you got to give them $1,000 a month. It's like, oh my God.
Oh my God. That's so good.
Oh, it was of all of the debates, I will say this, it was the first time I actually saw them debate each other. And it wasn't a formal debate kind of debate, but where they actually challenged one another. What I mean when I say debate. Where all of the other ones, it was for the most part, just ridiculous answers to questions that they weren't really even paying attention to. Nobody actually went after each other. Where like in this one, I mean, they were pretty harsh to each other. Real quick over on the Streamlabs, Cryptic, thank you so much. I do not know how to say that name. Satano versus Massachusetts, I think is how you say it. Underrated case due to restrictions on weapons not in existence during the writing of the Second Amendment. Stun guns. It should be used to lap down that argument. Automatic weapons, but nobody is using it. There's using this decision to do that. Okay, I see what you're saying there. Thank you for the donation. When it comes to gun control, there's a lot of people like, when the founders passed the Second Amendment, they couldn't imagine the guns we have today.
Yeah, but when the founders passed the Second Amendment, they let you could own cannons.
But you
could own anything.
When the founders passed the Second Amendment, these are still students of history. These men, it's not like they're like, well, we have guns. We must have always had guns. They knew the evolution of, say, I don't know, weapons from stone to your bronze and your iron and to projectiles, bows and arrows to actual firearms. They knew this. They understood that things evolved. It's not like they were like, well, it's never going to change. Everybody's always going to only own muskets. Faithless Gatling guns. The founders were not dumb. That's the part that I really hate. Look, you can disagree with them. That's fine. But this notion that, look, man, they could never imagine what we would have. You know what? That's why they allowed for change, because they knew they couldn't imagine everything. But when it came to the right to keep and bear arms, they kept that very specific. And just want to throw this out there, had already seen weapons change throughout history.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. Seriously, thank you so much. I'm back from hog hunting, so your rednecks in chat quota is check. Thank you so much. How'd the hog hunting go? Did you get anything? It depends on, I don't know where you're at. There's some places where wild hogs run free. I'm glad that's not here, because those fuckers are dangerous. Speaking of dangerous dog, did you see this story? This guy, he found what he thought were puppies in a box in his yard. Somebody had left them there. And so he called animal control because he doesn't want puppies. Turns out they're bears.
Oh, no.
They're fucking bear cubs.
Like bear cubs? Like newborns or something?
Yeah, they're tiny, man. They're little. Cute as fucking can be. But yeah, he goes out there and like, oh, look at these puppies. And calls them like, those are fucking bears. It's a good thing he didn't try to raise them.
I was thinking, all of a sudden, wait a minute. That doesn't look like a dog. Or it's a weird looking dog. Oh, it's a weird looking dog, but I'm going to keep raising it. Uh-oh.
Right. Pete says, sorry, Monkey, Michigan does have wild hogs. Not where I live.
Yeah,
I would own a gun if that was the case.
Hogging meant a whole different thing in college, but anyway.
Right. Hog hunting was a different thing. Watching this debate, dog, there were very few times that I was like, yeah, that's a good point. And I wonder if that's a problem with me or them. Because I do question myself. I really do. And the only time I think I really agreed with anybody, Joe Biden at one point was pointing out that when he was talking about litmus tests for his Supreme Court nominations, well, not his, Obama's, one of the things that Joe Biden argued for was somebody who believed in unenumerated rights, which he says the Constitution doesn't protect. I'm like, what?
You mean like abortion?
Well, that's what he meant.
Oh.
But it could go for anything. It could go for anything.
Right.
Apparently, Joe's never read the full Bill of Rights. Just because a right is not enumerated doesn't mean it's not a right. It's in your fucking Constitution, Joe. But it also reserves things that the powers not given to the federal government to the states or the people. That's another amendment, Joe, which means that you can limit some things. There's no provision in the Constitution that says you can't murder somebody.
Right.
So they still have that. So it allows the states to make up their own minds on a lot of stuff. And this is where the Supreme Court has vastly overstepped its bounds so often, including in Roe. It didn't have the power to decide that. It took an absolute abortion, if you will, reading of the, what they use? First, I want to say it was the first, the fourth, the fifth, and the 14th is the ones they used to come up with abortion is constitutionally protected. I'm like, what? And you can't read Roe and know anything about the actual Constitution and go, yeah, that makes sense. It was up to the states. And if you disagree with that, Joe, what should happen is an actual constitutional amendment protecting it, which, by the way, you will never get passed in this country. Anyhow, what were some of the other things that I saw? I'm trying to remember them all night. This is one of those times I was really like, damn it, little butt, where are my pens? Because there were things I wanted to write down to talk about. But other than them picking at each other, other than them showing that, that Buttigieg is the front runner. And by the way, he did not respond very well. That was surprising to me. I thought he would have held up a little better under the scrutiny. He didn't do a very good job. He came off kind of wimpy. Not a good look for president. Just saying. Yeah. And yes, to those of you who are talking about Scribe, I started streaming after Scribe. Apparently, go watch Scribbles. Go watch Scribbles. You can come back here and watch me later.
You know, the one thing I did hear about the debate too is that none of them would have taken out Soleimani?
Yes. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because that is one of the questions that where they absolutely dodged, and I was like, ooh. And it was Pete, Mayor Pete. You're the only one on the stage with military experience. If your security council came to you with this plan to kill him, would you have done it? And he completely blows off the question. And the moderator goes, yeah, but if they came to you, would you? And he goes, well, it would depend on the situation. It depend on the situation. Look, the guy's a dick bag. He kills a whole bunch of people. Would we kill him? I don't know.
Especially if he's in Iraq where he's not supposed to be.
Yeah, where we had just been attacked twice. We had actual soldiers attacked, and then we had our embassy attacked. We had our soldiers attacked by groups trained by Soleimani. Yeah, but shh. Don't let that happen. Don't let that influence your vote at all there, Pete. Yeah, that's why he came off very wishy-washy, man. I don't know. I'm going to be watching to see his actual numbers on Tuesday.
Well, did you see the video after the Iowa caucuses? And he's coming out of some building or something. There's a reporter there trying to ask him, why did you announce that you'd won this before any of the votes have been caused? And he went Mark Zuckerberg on him. I mean, he was like, just looked like a robot, not wanting to answer during the headlights, like, almost like, I know something, but I don't know if I should say it.
Hang on. Let's show. I can do this now, dog. I have that video because Sinatra had sent it to me. So I still have it. Guys, you want to see some? It is weird looking.
Like, why isn't he just saying, you know what? Hey, we ran a great campaign. We did this, we did that. But he just doesn't want to say anything. It's so weird.
Oh, is the volume way down on this? Of course it is.
I can hear it. Just
really? Feel like your numbers are going well.
Like, answer the question. Hey, any candidate with a chance to talk to the press and say something good about their campaign, well, would say it. I'd be like, you know what? Yes, you know what? I announced that because we got this from this precinct, these precincts. We did this, and our campaign was well run. And I'm really glad that we've done well. You say something, not just walk by like a robot, not answering.
He almost looks like a
Mr. Bean.
Well, kind of, but like if you go to an amusement park and there's a mascot there, its facial expression never changes. No matter what you say to it, it just looks like a dumb. You can walk up to Donald Duck and go, "Hey, fuck you, Duck," and he still looks like Donald Duck.
Like a Howdy Doody doll.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good comparison in this case.
Yes,
because he kind of does look like Howdy Doody.
He's a cross between Howdy Doody, Mr. Bean, and what was the other one that everyone? There's another one that
Alfred E. Newman.
Alfred E. Newman. Yeah, everyone says that one too.
I think he looks. I'm going to keep saying this until he drops out of the race. He looks like Alfred E. Newman fucked a ferret. Because he's got ferret teeth, but Alfred E. Newman's face.
Right.
The answer there is simple. We had some internals that we knew about, and they showed a clear win. Now, or that they show that we are winning. Now, you don't want to say clear win, just in case. But we did that because we had some internals. And according to his camp, they had 70% of the precincts, which, by the way, put them far ahead of the DNC, the IDP, for the first 3 days of the fucking election.
Right.
He looks like the Hamburglar. Yeah, I've heard that one too, and he does.
No, that's a good one.
He just. Have you seen the big hubbub on the Twitters about Donald Trump and his tan line?
Oh, the picture.
Trending right now is Donald Trump Trump is a coward, and it goes. It's weird because it goes back to this picture, and I'm sure I can find that one.
I've seen it.
Well, there's a couple of different versions of it going around. One has clearly been touched up.
Right.
Well, here, you know what?
Anthony Scaramucci. Here's the one that. Here, I'll move this over here so you can see what I'm doing.
Now, the one that Donald Trump tweeted out that this has been photoshopped. And can I get this picture without all this other crap? Yeah, there we go. Here's the original picture. Hang on to yours, dog. Don't get rid of that because that's the other one I need.
Okay. This
is the original. You can see, yes, there's a tan line there. His face is a little darker than his neck and the right around his hairline, which, by the way, happens. Now, this is what's going around Twitter. Okay, I want to go back.
It's enhanced.
Well, look how smooth right here is. His forehead.
Okay.
See how smooth his forehead is there?
Yep.
Pay particular attention right to the right of his right eye where you see those. It's all nice and flat. Stop sharing this. Let's go back to the original. Okay. You see these 3 lines right in here?
Oh, yeah.
See all the freckling and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That picture has quite clearly been touched. This is the one that's been making the rounds on Twitter. And that's the one Donald Trump said that's a faked photo. That's been photoshopped. It's absolutely been photoshopped. That's not even a good Photoshop. That is somebody took an orange brush and painted over the part that is actually more tan than the rest. It's a photoshopped picture. And is it a big deal? No. But people are like freaking out over this. It started yesterday when that picture first popped up and everybody, oh my God, look at the tan line. Like, so who cares? Even if that second picture were real, who cares? I really don't. I don't care about the president's tan. And if I were the president, I would moon all these people and show them my other tan line. I'd be like, you guys want to see a tan line? Check this shit out.
I'm just chuckling.
Faithless says Trump is lying because they used MS Paint, not Photoshop.
I'm sure the Washington Post would put that in their list.
Yeah. It's just It's funny to me that's what they're talking about. He fired Soleimani. Well, he did fire Soleimani. He fired Sondland and had Vindman kicked out of the White House. And by the way, I agree with him on both of those decisions. Mr. President, you shouldn't have people working for you you don't trust. Ding, ding, ding. You're a businessman. You know this. Trump knows this. But he went to the White House where you have to hire a shit ton of people, and he let other people make some choices there that he's like, okay, sure, that sounds fine. That should be a much bigger story than, look, he's kind of orange, you guys.
Yeah. I'm just laughing at how vicious the Trump is a coward hashtag is too. But it's like, it's funny because I keep hearing this one too. So impeached forever, right? And then someone says, well, no, he's acquitted forever. Well, acquitted is not vindicated. Acquitted is not exonerated. Acquitted is still impeached. No, acquitted is the end of impeachment. So the acquittal is the end, not the impeachment. Yeah, yes, he was impeached by his name, but acquitted is the end of it.
Yeah. It's like saying you've been indicted forever, basically.
Right.
Even if you're found not guilty. And look, it doesn't mean nothing happened. It doesn't mean it doesn't even mean he's not guilty. It means in the eyes of the law as we see it, he's not guilty. You guys didn't prove your case. Sorry, you lose.
Right.
But yeah, they're a bunch of whiners. But there's a talk of expunging it. There's a Republican who says that if they take back the House, they're going to expunge his impeachment, which, by the way, would mean it doesn't exist anymore. You can still say, well, they impeached him. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything anymore, does it? How about the first expunged president? How great would that be?
I think that's a dumb idea too, though.
It is. It's petty and stupid. You already won.
Yeah.
You already won. It doesn't matter. Let it. I think a far greater message would be, you impeached me and I still won. You impeached me and I still won. The people don't believe in the shit you said. How about that? Or they didn't care about the shit you said. How about that?
Right.
The American people care about other things. Oh, I got Snapchat from Pumpkin's mom's probably her. Poor Pumpkin. She's got strep, dude. I can't imagine what that's like for a 1-year-old. This sucked when I was 10. Donald Trump with Teflon coating. A partisan act to get rid of a partisan act, right? Yeah. The impeachment shouldn't have happened. They all know it. And they're so pissed off about it. They did it for their base. They did it to rile up their base. They did it to try to take out Trump in the election. They used impeachment. He used the power of the government to try to influence the election. So we're gonna do it back. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to P-Dog, there's the link to his channel. Make sure you do so, guys. Furry says strep is no fun at any age. Well, I might find out because the day before she got her strep diagnosis, she was over here playing with me, and we shared 2 kisses and a lot of food. She fed me. There was at least 1 chip that she fed me that she'd already apparently sucked the flavor off of. And you don't know that because they feed you. Children will feed you. And then they'll slip that one in. And by the time you notice it, it's already on your tongue. And you're like, oh, God damn it. As an adult, hurt like hell. Can't imagine what a poor baby feels like. I know, nuts. Poor thing. I kept getting pictures all day from her mom. She just pretty much slept all day. P. Davis says, I really love watching the Democrats fall apart. The Democrats face a problem right now. And this is the Democrats' problem. No matter what you think of their politics and things, they are facing a president who, even with less than 50% approval rating, has an economy that is roaring. Going back to, we split things down by race and everything, dog. All racial categories, unemployment is like ridiculously low. Right. Unemployment as a whole is ridiculously. It's almost like American unemployment is low, dog.
It's great, isn't it?
Like we don't have to separate it by race.
That's right.
But
it's awesome. It's awesome.
It is, yeah. all of the things that they like. If he breaks trade with Canada and Mexico, they're not going to put up with that shit. And instead, he got a new trade agreement put in place. The tariffs against China, it's going to ruin the economy. And instead, they're at the trading table. They just signed the first part of a new trade agreement with them, with a second round coming soon. Everything that they told us, it's going to be horrible. None of that shit has happened. The economy's roaring. And they have to go out there and try to convince you that their way is better. And it's the only smart thing they could do is go, look, you know what? The economy is good. Here's how I'm going to make it even better. Right. And instead, they're trying to convince, look, it's only working for rich people.
And that's not true. And, it's funny. Paul Krugman,
fuck.
Remember when before Trump was elected, he said, if Donald Trump is elected, it's going to be a worldwide economic chaos. Well, just recently, he put out a new article saying that, excuse me, that what was it he said? I had it bookmarked too. Just that, all this Trump stuff that Trump has gotten has been because of Obama, and all the indicators saying that it is getting worse, even though it's hard to see, and that all the indicators saying we're still going to go into that severe recession. It's like, shut up. You were wrong, and just admit you were wrong, you dumbass.
Paul Krugman, he's an economist. If you guys don't know who he is, he writes for the New York Times. He's written several books and won a Nobel Prize.
He's a Nobel laureate.
He's a Nobel laureate. He's also a partisan hack. I watched this, dog. I watched this back when George Bush was president. Right. He wrote an article, and I forget the exact economic thing that was going on, but about how George Bush doing it was going to ruin everything. 6 months later, Barack Obama is president. Paul Krugman about that same economic issue. Obama doing this is the best thing ever.
I remember that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I do distinctly remember that.
And he's done it on several things. He's a partisan hack. As for the economy, you know what? The economy will eventually slow down. It happens.
It's cycle.
It is. Well, I wonder how much of that cycle is because of people going, this economy is going to slow down.
Right.
It's just got to. Now, the last one we had, if it wasn't for the housing crisis, there's no indicators that everything was going to go to shit. I mean, except for, we haven't had one in a while. If the housing market hadn't have crashed, if the banks hadn't have had so many problems, we could have been fine. There's a lot of things that happen in history where, it's like, well, this is going to happen because it's happened before. Precedent doesn't mean it's always going to be the same.
Right.
The crash will happen if the Dems take the presidency. It is amazing how much the economy will slow down sometimes when Democrats take control. You didn't have that with Clinton. It was weird. It actually fired up. Plus, we ended up having the internet boom there for a while until that busted. Obama needs to slip away from history. Obama needs to be remembered in history, but he needs to be remembered properly, just like all presidents. Why does not even Twitter work for when you go live? I don't know. I tweeted it out. If you're following me, it should have popped up for you. But yeah, Trump is a coward. The amount of stuff in here is so fucking just, God, man, calm down, people.
Right. It's derangement. Hey, here's one for you that we haven't talked about yet.
Sure.
Have you been watching some of these Congress critters demanding that a video be taken down?
The Pelosi video?
Yeah. 3 different Congress people on the Democrats have asked Twitter to take it down because, well, here, I'll give you Ro Khanna's right here. Just a second here. There we go. So Ro Khanna on this video, because they did this video where Trump put up about who Nancy Pelosi was shredding when she ripped that speech apart. Ro Khanna, Twitter must take this misleading video down about Speaker Pelosi now. Social media platforms are a place where people come for news and information. They need to have certain standards. Falsity has never been a part of our First Amendment tradition.
There's nothing false about that video. Okay, so if those of you who haven't seen it, Donald Trump tweeted this out because Pelosi's campaign, Pelosi's staff themselves actually asked for this to be removed too. And both, I think it was Facebook told him to get fucked, and Twitter was like, "This doesn't violate our rules."
Not in any way.
The video takes Trump talking about the Tuskegee Airmen and plays that whole bit. It's like almost 5 minutes long. It breaks it up like this too. But it shows her ripping up the paper after these people are talking about now. And and it shows her ripping it up. If you watch the debate or the State of the Union, the rip didn't come till the end. If you were on Twitter at that time, the rip didn't come till the end. If you paid attention at all, the rip wasn't till the end of the speech. But the video is pointing out that as she ripped that up, she's ripping up what was talked about, these people.
Right.
And they're like, they're spreading a lie. No, they're not. They're bringing stark contrast to what you did.
Right.
Cryptic, thank you. Everything in that video is real. It is.
Well, and Ro Khanna's wrong in even the part that falsity has never been a part of our First Amendment.
Yes, it is.
That's not true. It is. I mean, you're free to say false things. Now people are free to challenge you on it. But 3 different representatives are calling on a private company to do what they, as the government, are forbidden to do.
Well, here's what they can do. Miss Rowe here. Is that a Rowe or a miss or a he?
Rowe's a dude.
Okay. Mr. Rowe here could recut that video and show us how Nancy applauded for some of them. Show the actual footage of when she said it or when he'd say this stuff and her reaction. Go ahead and do that. Because I guarantee you that actually makes her look worse than the rip for some of those.
I got the other ones here too. This is David Cicilline did it too. Hey, Twitter, this video is clearly edited in a way that's intended to mislead viewers.
No, it's not.
Mislead them how? Mislead them how? She ripped up the speech. These are the people that were in the speech. No matter, And then there's one more here is where is it? There it is. Representative Veronica Escobar. This video is clearly another deceptive effort by Donald Trump to mislead and manipulate the American people. Hey, Jack, show your commitment to cut down on misinformation corroding our nation and take down this fake video.
Yeah. They're full of shit.
I hope, you know what? This should be the ultimate example to the people who work at Twitter and Facebook that they are being manipulated.
Well,
that the people in power are trying to manipulate them into taking down things that don't look good for them.
In some cases, I think they know and they're okay with it, dog.
I know that, but
I'm shocked Twitter didn't take it down, to be honest.
I am too.
With Facebook's recent announcement with Zuckerberg at the Slope conference, I think is what it was called, where he said, look, we're not limiting speech on the platform. I can see why they did it, and I'm glad they did. I'm glad they're like, nah, fuck you. There's nothing wrong with this. We all know what it meant. We know what this video meant. Nobody thinks she stood up after each one of these and tore up the speech. There wasn't enough of the speech to do that with. But there's plenty of these where he talked about those folks and she didn't do nothing. She didn't stand and clap. There's like when this Tuskegee thing, the Pelosi I keep saying campaign because I'm used to that with it. The Pelosi spokesperson said, they didn't show when she stood up and clapped for him. Did they show when she didn't stand up and clap? Because that part is actually quite long, and several parts where everybody else stood and clapped, or she sat on her little ass. How about when he announces black unemployment's down and she didn't stand up and cheer? It was amazing watching all of the Democrats, for some of the things that he talked about, sit on their hands. Not even just a polite clap. Cory Booker did that, and props to him for at least doing that.
Omar and Tlaib didn't stand up for the 100-year-old Tuskegee Airmen.
Cryptic, thank you. Bless your heart, P-Dog. You have too much faith. We read a story last night, Dog. Tlaib and Omar, they purposefully sat next to each other, and sometimes they held hands through the most triggering parts of the speech.
I heard that last night. I laughed my ass off.
Triggering parts of the speech? What are you talking about? And I said this last night, and I have to say it again. Do you realize how bad that makes women look? There was nothing in that speech that required huddling together for support.
They needed a safe word.
They always talk about, look, if a man did this, they would be okay. People would cheer for it. If two men came out after that speech, say Schiff and Nadler, let's say they came out after that speech and said, yeah, we sat next to each other and occasionally held hands during the most triggering parts of that speech, we would all laugh our asses off.
It'd be recall time.
They would never be allowed in public again. Because these are the leaders of our nation, and you can't listen to somebody say something without needing to cuddle together. Do you realize how fucking pathetic that makes you look? You're trying to help women get ahead, and this is your example for them. Cuddling together, holding hands because of words. Oh, man. Oh. When I heard that, man, I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? That's absolutely asinine. Oh, anyhow. I can't imagine. I can't believe how much that State of the Union upset. Now, don't get me wrong. I said at the time, Donald Trump did a very good job purposefully pissing them off.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he interspersed it with things that would just make them go, ugh.
Yeah.
It was body blow, body blow, body blow, body blow.
Even in the case of the Tuskegee Airmen, that was introduced by him talking about Space Force and how this young kid that we see wants to be in Space Force. And he goes, by the way, this kid's grandpa is the man sitting next to him, this 100-year-old brigadier general that we just pinned the brigadier star on, who was a Tuskegee Airman. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
It really was. And you know what? If you're not completely in this pot of politics like these people on Twitter are all the time, you listen to that speech and you go, oh, that sounds pretty good. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, good. Now, I know some people would raise an eyebrow at the Rush Limbaugh part.
Sure. Well, again, that was another part that he did just to piss them off.
Absolutely just to piss them off. And there's still the outrage. You honor a Tuskegee Airman, and then you give this highest medal to this racist, which I'm sorry.
Who, by the way, has employed a black man that he talks to on show for decades.
30 years. He and Bo Snerdley have been on the air together as his producer for 30 years. And I know. I follow Bo Snerdley on Twitter, and he wrote an article about
I do now. I didn't realize he was on Twitter until the whole thing happened with the impeachment, and I saw him. Oh my God, that's Snerdley.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Snerdley, he don't play.
No, he don't mess around.
And he's come out hard in defense of Rush, man. It's been awesome to watch.
No.
Real quick, Foxy said, we're going to change the subject just slightly. Well, more than slightly, I suppose. Effective immediately, the new age to buy tobacco products is 21, except for military members. If you're a member of the military and have your military ID, you can buy tobacco products. It that's never going to stand up in court.
No. Well,
Um,
I don't know. It might.
not that way.
The exception to military members.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And look, I've said a lot. Look, if you're going to allow men to go sign up to die for your country, they should be allowed to buy tobacco, buy alcohol. If they possess the brain capacity to make a decision, yeah, I'm going to go die for the country, we shouldn't be telling them, sorry, we can't let you drink. You can't have a cigarette. In fact, I think those folks deserve cigarettes more than anybody else. Tell you what, if I'm in a fucking foxhole, I need something.
Right.
Give me that or heroin, I suppose. But it won't stand up in court because that's an exception that it's not like getting a military discount. You can still buy that thing that the military gets at a discount. This is giving them a specific right, and it's going to be a violation of the 14th. Right. If anybody decides
it'd be like saying, oh, well, you know what? It's 21 to drink or in the rest of the country, but in the military, you can be 18 to drink.
Yep.
They're not going to let that happen. So, all right. Hey, I like I said, I'm only going to be here a short time. I got to go blow some snow and get some work done here. So,
sure. Foxy says it's already in effect. Yeah, lots of laws go into effect until they're challenged. All it's going to take is one 18-year-old who's like, why can't I smoke? Go challenge it. And yeah, 14th Amendment's going to apply there. Yeah. Bitch, please, no law stopped me from drinking when I was in. You know, Ecto, I appreciate that. Tangent here, but is Satsu's Arc server for Steam or for Xbox Windows 10? It's mine, by the way. Satsu was there one day, but no, this is something I set up because I was bored and started playing Arc again. I just have the information there because it's Satsu's Discord that I was putting the stuff out on. So don't go there expecting to see Satsu. He doesn't come play. But it's for Steam. P-Dog, I'm sorry, dude. Thank you so much for coming. I didn't mean to talk over you there at the end. He had to go, guys. He had mentioned when I first asked him if he'd be on that he couldn't be there forever. Please go check out his channel. Please check out P-Dog Night. He does streams Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. The what is it? The Morning Night Live, I believe is what it's called. I'm so bad with names. But I thought it was no. There's nothing wrong. I just want to be clear so that people don't go there and expect Satsu to be there. I'm there quite often. I was there right before we did this. I was playing Arc as I was listening to the debate. But you're not going to find Satsu there. Don't go there looking for him. I think he played for like an hour the first night we had it up. But yeah, it's only for Steam. I didn't realize that other computer versions of it didn't work with the Steam version until a friend of mine who has it on just the Windows 10 version. He's like, yeah, I can't play. I was like, oh, well, shit. So bring Cryptic on, Monkey. What? Where are we at here? Good morning, all. Sorry I missed you. Oh, sorry, Miss P-Dog. Remember, you can catch him every Monday through Friday on P-Dog Night's channel at 10 a.m. Eastern. He's such a good guy to talk to. I really enjoy when he's on. Doesn't he always just sound so relaxed? He's like, even when if you get to see him when he starts to get worked up about some stuff, he just sounds like he's chill, fuck the world. I love his voice, and if you guys aren't listening, you really should. Anyhow, what else do we have going on? Getting back to the debate, you guys, you really should watch these things or at least catch clips so you know what's going on. You know what kind of morons are running for president. It is nice to see that they're finally trying to differentiate themselves. You see a real push. You saw a real push this time for the other candidates, the not Bernie, the not Elizabeth candidates. I'm not a socialist, you guys. And this is what I was talking about. Even the Democrats don't want that associated with them. And the bigger this gets, the more you're going to see that. I'm very interested in what's coming up on Tuesday. Tuesday will be the New Hampshire primary. And at the moment in the polls, Mayor Pete is surging because, of course, he is. That's what happens after a win. But after this debate performance, I wonder how many people are still looking at him with any confidence. He's got no experience. I mean, he's got a little bit of executive experience because he's the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. But otherwise, he has no real political experience. And there'll be people, look, Donald Trump didn't either. Donald Trump is an exception to the rule. Cryptic, thank you. Biden going to let you touch his leg hair for vote. Oh, God. Can you imagine him having a fundraiser where there's like a booth? You remember those old kissing booths? Instead, it's a rub Joe's leg hair booth. Oh, God. These candidates, man, I don't think they have a decent one in the lot. Joe was better this time. I got to be honest with you. He made one flub, and it was obviously a flub. But otherwise, he did a decent job, and he was fiery for the first time. Really, he tried to do this debate round 3. At that time, I think it would have actually been technically the 5th debate because the first 2 were divided. He tried to, and since then he's just been kind of. He was a little more fired up and ready to go, but yeah, Klobuchar comes off as a whiny. Klobuchar's voice when she speaks on these things, I don't know if she's like that always. I'm gonna have to check her out because I don't remember hearing it, but her voice often sounds like she's scared. You guys ever give a speech like at school or something? And you have that little, you're scared, and your voice is kind of breaking just a little bit, and you're trying desperately to hold it together. That's how she sounded the whole time. Like, oh fuck, man, Amy sounds bad. Even when she's bragging, because she's like, I'm the only senator up here who's got like 100 bills passed, and I keep winning in red counties. Like, oh, shut up. Check Your Logic says I hated those movies. I don't think anybody enjoyed speaking publicly in school. Well, not many people. I did by the end, because by the end I was the kid raising my hand to go first. The first couple of times I did that, because I told myself I was a shy kid. I'm like, I'm not going to be a shy kid anymore. And so I started raising my hand to go first. And those first couple of times, man, my voice was so wobbly, but I wanted to get it out of the way. I just wanted to get it out of the way. And so I'd raise my hand to go first. And by the end, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I had no problem with it. I've become quite a good public speaker. Lamented Guy, thank you. On behalf of all DE, we're sorry for giving you, all of Delaware, we're sorry for giving you Joe. I don't hate Joe Biden. I really don't. I disagree with his politics, and I have probably most of my life. But he's not a socialist. He's not a socialist. And I'll take not a socialist over a socialist every day of the week. He's still a kind of a dickbag. He actually bragged about knocking Bork's nomination out. It's like, damn, Joe. Damn, Joe. Joe is corrupt as fucks. Yeah, there's a lot of that up in those parts. And by up in those parts, I mean Washington, D.C. Joe and Hunter Biden, what happened in China and Ukraine needs investigated. It really does. And not the Burisma stuff with that prosecutor, because I don't know about that prosecutor. People have talked about it. I don't know how much information even they have. I don't know about it. I really don't. What I do know is that Hunter Biden got a job at Burisma, a job he was vastly unqualified for, where he was making a shit ton of money, because it's been reported he was making $50,000 a month. It was anywhere from $50,000 to $80,000, I believe, at the Chinese company that he eventually got a job at too. He was making a shit ton of money in 2 countries his dad had just been to. He goes on a state trip with his dad over to Ukraine, and a couple of weeks later has a job with Burisma making $50,000 a month that he's not qualified for. A couple months later, his dad goes to China, where he goes with him. And again, a short time later, Hunter Biden ends up with a fat paycheck for a job he's not qualified for. That's the part where I'm like, excuse me, I got questions. Data says, Mug, it's my birthday, and as a present, you can't say commie or socialist today. I have to say them. I talk about politics, so I'm sorry. So instead, Data, you get this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Data Wasteland. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Happy birthday, sir. I hope you have a great one. I really do. Delaware is kind of a forgettable state. I've never been. I've never been to the Northeast. I think, yeah, the Northern Virginia's is as high as I've been up that way. Because when we go down, we go through Pennsylvania and then down. So it's a pretty short trip. I can't remember if we've ever passed through those states. I've never been there like visiting for sure. Nuts. He says, haha, I got you anyway. Look, if he wouldn't have reminded me, I would have forgot all about it. So, Data. You can't stop my singing. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are like, somebody should stop you. You can't stop me. The only thing that's going to stop me is death. And then I'm going to record myself singing it. So it's on my channel forever. And you guys be like, damn it, it's still there. You can't stop me. You'll have to take down all of YouTube to get my singing off of here. Well, if you like cornfields, you're going to love Delaware. No, man. You ever driven through like Iowa and Illinois, especially the northern parts of, is it the northern part of Iowa? I can't remember. Wherever the fuck my family is taking me. Holy shit. You want to talk about just flat land and corn? Oh my God. I once had this idea for a horror story where a guy is driving to get home, and he just keeps, no matter how close he gets to his house, he just keeps driving. That's how I felt driving through these fucking places. It's like, this is never going to end. Ever. Now, we did go down there one time. God, how long ago was this? A decade or so ago? I can't remember. It's been a long time. And I still have pictures from it. There was a lot of rainfall that year. And where the cornfield should have been, it looked like lakes. Like, holy shit. By the time we drove back a week later, yeah, the corn was sprouting. It was weird. Yeah, welcome to Iowa, home of children of the corn, right? Oh my God. It's just so boring. There's a lot to see in Iowa. There's a lot of interesting stuff out that way. But yeah. My wife's dad and mom actually grew up across the Mississippi from each other. One in Iowa, one in Illinois, I think. Because the only time we'd crossed the Mississippi when we came from California to go live in, to come live up here the first time. And I don't remember it at all. I could not tell you when we crossed it, what it looked like or anything. But yeah, when we went back, when we've been back, we've crossed it a few times. Wherever you drive in Texas, you always see a sign that says 300 miles to San Antonio. Fair enough. It's weird. We have signs like that too here for different cities. And when we first moved up here, I'm like, oh, that's that way. What's that town? Clare, I think it is. No matter where you are in Michigan, you'll see a sign for Clare, Michigan, which, by the way, is this tiny little shithole of a town. I don't know why it's become the thing that's on all the signs. But it's like, Clare, Michigan, 300 miles away. in any direction. And I don't know why it's the focal point. I've never really looked it up either. I posted a rap on Twitter if anyone wants to cringe at my complete ineptitude. Nothing. Drop a link, dude. Drop a link. Let everybody see it. Faithless says, do all major roads pass through? No. What one does pass through there? I don't know if does 10? Does 17? I don't remember which ones pass through there, but not even the major ones. Not even the major ones as far as I know. Everybody go raid Scribe, and if you meant to watch him instead, please go watch him instead. I didn't realize he was streaming. I don't know why it doesn't show me that when I bring up my YouTube, because I bring up my YouTube in order to be able to tweet it out. And nobody was streaming. Nobody I was that I'm subscribed to, because down, on the left-hand side, it'll tell you who's streaming. It's got the little red, whatever that is beside it. There was nobody streaming. So I'm like, cool, I'll do my stream. No big deal. Anyhow, where are we? We're at 1 hour and 6. We should talk about something fun today. What's fun? I don't even know what's fun anymore. For me, fun is sleep and a good meal. I completely forgot to eat yesterday until Lady Monkey brought me some food. I was like, oh, shit. No, I don't want to read about people getting shot. No, that's not fun. Rose McGowan tells Snoop Dogg to grow the fuck up amid Kobe Bryant outrage. Oh, wow. All right. What else we got going on? Expert says it's definitely too late to stop the coronavirus spread. Well, no, it's not. It might be in China, but if we lock down China, it's be like, no, nothing comes in or out. I did see there was a story that one of the Chinese companies that makes products for Apple, makes pieces for Apple. I don't know if they make the whole product or not, but they make shit for Apple. They were going to reopen, and China was like, nope. So if you're an Apple fanboy or fangirl, I don't know if they have anything coming out soon or not, or how scarce their parts are at the moment, but there could be a slowdown there. Your opinion on the donkey in the Graveyard Keeper and his socio-political commentary. Ryan, he's funny. He's a little socialist donkey in the game, you guys. I think Graveyard Keeper predicted AOC. That's what I think. Rose McGowan said the X-Men poster promoted violence against women in 2016. Rose McGowan's a moron, by the way. I wasn't taking her side on that. I was just laughing at the headline. Rose McGowan's a fucking moron. I stand by that. I've said it before, and yeah. Ryan says, I want to make him into a glue injection. Well, I hated when he stops working for you and you got to get this stuff done in order for him to bring you bodies again. And it's actually pretty much where I've stopped playing the game every time, because I don't want to do that shit. I just want to make my graveyards and plant bodies and have some fun. He's a little jackass. Get it? Little jacket. Anyway, I know you weren't taking her side. I was just saying she has no right to tell others to grow up. No, I get you. I get you there. Check your logic. I just want to make sure nobody thought that. Yeah, with the X-Men thing, there's the poster of Apocalypse choking. Is it not Rogue? The little blue chick. What the fuck is her name? If Jack was here, he'd know. Choking her out, and they're like, this is violence against women. Now, he could have been, killing a male member of the X-Men, and she wouldn't have had any problem with it. And it would have been something that you could see. But no. The women's, the whammons, y'all, the whammons. What? CEO of Twitter announces 13% of users who use dark mode are 50% more likely to commit violent crimes and burglaries. That's a weird stat to know. Well, All right. Undoomed did a video on Rose 2 years ago, and she was on drugs on the big thing. Mystique, thank you, Pat, and anybody else who said it. I just saw Pat is the first one I saw because I was looking at something else. Thank you guys for correcting me there. Pat, you busy? I'm all alone at the Monkey Theater. There we go. I don't know why I remember that lyric from that song. It's from Grease. I think that's the one that they took out of the movie. It's just in the play. What was that about dark mode? If you use dark mode, you're 13% more likely to have a 50% chance to commit violent crimes. Isn't that a weird thing? 13% more likely to be 50% more likely. Pat, you were streaming too? Why didn't YouTube tell me any of you were streaming? I follow these people. Urgh. Yeah, I use light mode too, so I am 13% less likely to be 50% more likely. YouTube fix your shit. Because I'll be honest, as much as I enjoy doing the show and talking to you guys, I would have put one of these gentlemen on and listened while I was playing fucking Ark. I was having fun in Ark. I was feeding dinosaurs and building shit. And if you guys watch me play video games, you know how I like building shit. The only reason I started when I did is because that's when I finished watching the debate. And it's not like I was like, I'm going to go do Monkey. I was actually planning to do it later in the day. Pat, how you doing, man? Pat's not talking to me, y'all. Pat, if you're out there, I can't hear you, bud.
All right, now can you hear me?
There you go. How you doing, man?
I'm still trying to get used to this stuff right here because, like I said, this microphone was on mute and I didn't know.
Yeah, that happens from time to time. That's why I don't use my mute on my microphone ever.
Like mine, like I said, I usually could tell when it started blinking right here. I wasn't looking at first, so.
You're a little bit quiet. Hang on. Let me check my volume settings.
All right.
Okay,
guys, I just screwed up on
me.
I just screwed up on my mic, so maybe that'll help a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I can never tell. As long as the audience hears you fine, I don't care. I can hear you. It's just kind of low.
Well, I got my
Hammer's in chat too. Hammer, you want to come hang out? Let me know.
But yeah, it's like I just did like my little stream like not too long ago and things like that. And it was like not only that, it was like I like dang, Scribe's on Scribe's streaming all of a sudden you popped up. I'm like, oh dang.
It didn't tell me either of you were.
Are you subscribed to my live stream channel?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
I'm subscribed to Scribe, for fuck's sake.
YouTube, fix your ish.
Fix your shit. I'll say it. Fix your shit.
Hey, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it happens too often for me. And look, there's times it's like somebody's streaming is what it is. I'm going to stream too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I was playing a video game. The only reason I decided Lady Monkey's gone. She's at church right now. And I finished watching the debate. So like, I'll do it now, get it done. And then by the time I get done, Lady Monkey will be home and I'll go hang out with her. And that way I'm not cutting into Lady Monkey time to play video games, you know? So but if I'd known other people were on, I'd be watching you guys playing video games.
Well, mine wasn't really all that exciting because, like I told you, I'm still brand new to the streaming myself and all that right there. So I just basically talked about a whole lot of things. Like, did you see that one tweet about like the person said, could you forgive your partner if they accidentally had sex with your best friend? I'm like, how the hell do you accidentally have sex?
Wait. Accidentally have sex with you?
Yeah,
I'm with you. How do you accidentally have sex?
Yes, that was the thing right there. So I said, unless you're drunk and the room is dark, how the hell do you do that? Like that's the only reason I could think of. Other than that, you know exactly what the hell you're doing, especially that best friend. I said, no, regardless of what happens, that friendship right there is going to be over.
Yeah. I'm curious about the accidental part. I really am.
And of course, everybody making jokes. Like I said, don't you know, Pat? Like I said, they fell, slipped, and bam, right then and there.
I have to apologize to YouTube because no, I was not subscribed to your live stream channel. I am now. But I am subscribed to Scribe, and that one didn't pop up either. So fuck them.
I say it was still.
Fuck YouTube. Accidentally. Well, okay, here's the thing. What was the question? Could you forgive your partner?
Yeah.
Okay, look, no. Because then they cheated on you and lied.
Exactly.
There ain't no fuck.
There ain't no accidentally other than like I said, you were drunk, you was at your own house and things like that. Maybe you was like in your bed and the best friend came snuck up in there. You thought it was your boyfriend or whatever the case was right there. And y'all started having sex, and all of a sudden, your actual partner came in like, what the fuck is going on? You like, I thought that was you.
Yeah, and you know what? That's fair. That could happen. But otherwise, yeah, you a lying bitch.
Exactly.
Man or woman, you're a lying bitch. We've read quite a few stories lately. Well, a couple of them in advice columns, really. But there was a story last night about people and purposeful infidelity. Like the one last night was what was it? They let their partner kiss people and do stuff with people in their presence, but then their partner went out and kissed their best friend and came home and told him about it, and they were like, it felt like cheating. I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
I'm saying, like, what the so it's all right as long as they were in their presence and things like that. But once they did it behind their damn back, and all of a sudden, oh man, that felt so horrible.
And what did you expect to happen? I mean, oh God, it doesn't make sense to me that they don't understand that that's what's going to happen next. I let them cheat in my presence. They're never going to cheat when I'm not here.
That shit.
Yeah. They're going to take so much dick. It's going to make your head spin. It'll actually be a cock carousel, as our MGTOW friends say.
That's like how it is was like some of them swinger couples and all that right there. It's like, yeah, they I was saying, as long as to their knowledge, they're all right with their partners going out there having sex with people and things like that. But don't you dare do it without me involved.
Oh, that's from my son-in-law. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
To you.
To you.
To you.
Happy birthday, dear son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
Happy birthday to you.
And you. He's
an easy one to give a nickname to because I only have one son-in-law. So makes it real easy. Yeah, he's a good guy. As a dad with a daughter, you're like, I don't want any boys around my daughter. But if you had to have one, she got a good choice there. He's a good guy, and he's a fucking amazing dad. However, he does this. Okay, little butt is small, and when I say small, I mean she's a tiny girl. She's I don't think she's all that short. Everybody else tells me she's short, but she's also very thin. You pick her up and she weighs nothing. Her dad is like 6'3", 6'4". I forget how tall he is. He takes this child in my front yard and will throw her like 4 feet above his head. He catches her every time, but I can't watch. She loves it. She thinks it's great. But I can't watch. My daughter was a cheerleader, and when her baby was born, she's like, now I have a flyer. If you guys know what in cheerleading terms what a flyer is, those are the girls they throw up in the air. my granddaughter looks like she's going to have that build. So, and she loves gymnastics, and I'm sure she'll get into cheer eventually. So she's my granddaughter's going to be they're going to be throwing my grandchild around, Pat.
All right, they're Scribe in the chat tomorrow.
Hey, Scribbles.
Sorry, I know you're doing the stream. I know we were all streaming at the same time.
I did not know. I apologize. YouTube did not let I fucking anyhow. There's nothing, monkey. I used to throw my daughter up that high, and she ended up being a flyer in high school because of it. Yeah, just look, my granddaughter, she's got no fear about that stuff, which is great. And I hope she becomes a flyer because my daughter would be in heaven if her daughter becomes a flyer.
Yeah. As long as I'm saying, as long as they got somebody that can catch them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I hope so. Because she really enjoys tumbling and stuff, man. The last time she was up, she there's a mattress on the floor in the one bedroom. We took over my children's bedrooms when they left, but we still have them set up so people can sleep in there if they need to. So she had me sit on the mattress, and she would go out into the living room and run in and do a somersault onto the thing. Like, honey, you don't have to run from that far away, but she likes it. So thank you, Red Chaos Street. Cheerleading is the highest injury sport in school. And that's true. Oh, it's easy to get hurt when you're doing some of that stuff.
Oh, man.
They don't have pads for that.
Ooh. Last time I seen something like that was when that one female snapped her damn oof.
Scribe says, I'm gonna go buy myself a cookie to cheer myself up. Cookie. Yeah, I'm with nuts. She goes, only one cookie at a time. Yeah, what the hell is that? I eat cookies unless I'm out.
Get some Thin Mints.
How dare you?
What? What's wrong with Thin Mints? You don't like?
I do not like chocolate and mint together.
What?
Yeah. Man,
Thin Mints are the best.
Thin Mints are a crime against God and nature. So real quick, speaking of God, somebody asked me why I didn't go to church with my wife. I am agnostic, so I'm not a believer, and I am not going to disrespect the church by pretending I am.
I said I am a believer. It's like,
like, I was what were we watching? Oh, one of them killing shows, the what they call murder porn, like Dateline and Dateline Discovery or whatever those things are. It talks about murders around the country and stuff. Yeah, and there was this one where this dude was a religious nut. He wasn't just he was a nut, and he had his own cult. And for like the first 20 minutes of it, when they keep talking about it, they never make the distinction that he's a fucking lunatic. And it took him like 20 minutes in before they finally went, this is not the beliefs that we preach in this religion. I'm like, thank you. Finally, somebody said it. A Ranting Monkey, thank you so much over on the Streamlabs, who says, I did know and thought, fuck you, Scribe. Thank you, Ranting Monkey, you lying bastard.
Yeah, did they say who this person was? Like,
I forget who it was.
I don't. It sounds like the Koresh or the John Jones types and shit like that.
It sounds like that, but it wasn't. It's a much smaller thing. This was down in South Carolina, I want to say. I can't remember exactly. I didn't watch the whole thing, Pat. At about that point, it's like, I need a cigarette, and I got up and I never went back up to watch. So. Look,
that's it.
I do stairs one way, and then it's for hours at a time because I'm not going back up again.
Yeah, it's like, you have me looking it up later on because I like talk about stuff like that on Psycho Rick.
Oh yeah. God, I wish a family of 5 was found murdered in a barn. If that helps, they were found buried in a barn, and it eventually, I'm assuming, like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm assuming it led back to the guy they'd been talking about. So it's, I want to say, from the 90s. I can't remember, but yeah, if you want to look it up, check that out.
All right, I'm gonna be checking for that. I'm like, this is probably what he's talking about.
Oh, you're so beautiful. What's that for?
You should keep your phone flipped over the other way. So
Is that Lady Monkey?
That is Lady Monkey. She's mad at me right now.
driving in a
How you
snow
doing,
storm.
Lady Monkey? I don't know if you can hear me right now.
Bunch of dead on the
Hang
side of the road.
on,
You
just
don't
a
know.
second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to have the dead air there. I love you.
I love you. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Pat says hi.
Hi, Pat.
She's mad at me because I turned my phone over the wrong way, so I missed her text. I love you.
That's not the full story.
Oh, and it's snowing outside. She could have been dead on the side of the road.
That's the full story.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Did I get it all?
Yes.
Go away.
What if I was dead and needed to text you for help?
If you were dead, you couldn't have texted me.
I could have.
I don't think you could have.
I wouldn't is the thing, but I could have. Because you have a 2-day business delay in texting people back.
And did anybody hear my phone go off? No.
Don't want to hear it.
Oh,
Don't get them in trouble too.
go away.
How
I love you
dare
too.
you?
This woman.
How dare you not be 24 from our Lady Monkey? Come on.
I get in trouble more from her. I'm going to throw that phone away because why didn't you answer your text? I didn't see it. Yes, I did have my phone turned the wrong way, so it didn't light up. But you guys didn't hear it either, did you? No. Shut up, Shadow Knight. You did not. How dare you side with her? If she's dead, how's she texting? Exactly, Lucky Pop-Tart. People saying they heard it. You guys are lying. How dare you?
Hey, Poppy, how you doing?
Hey, Poppy. Yeah. Sorry, Poppy. I'm dealing with my wife being angry.
Oh yeah, like this weekend I did something I should have did, man.
What's that?
I went and watched Birds of Prey.
What'd you think?
I did not like it.
You know, who was Satsu last night said, that there's people saying it's good. I haven't seen any of the reviews yet, but
it depends on who's saying it. Now, if it's one of these blue checkmark jackasses and stuff like that who gets paid to do that right there, of course they're going to say it, and anybody who's driven because they want them all. Monkey, it took forever for anything to happen in the damn movie, and it was like, man, Margot Robbie shouldn't have even. They should have named it Birds of Prey. They should have just named it Harley Quinn and then build up to Birds of Prey. That's what it should have been.
I watched the trailer for it, and it seemed to me like they were trying to make it too artsy fartsy, almost too I worried that it wouldn't have much of a story because they were going too much for this look, this idea of look how sensual and mysterious and dark it looks, and like I mean, you can tell a good story that way, but with DC's track record, just throwing that over there.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to say too much just in case people in the chat, still want to go and watch this movie, which I'm just basically say, don't.
Yeah, we'll avoid any spoilers, but you were like, no, not a good movie.
No. And I went in with a clear head. Like I said, I'm not looking for no feminists. I'm not looking for no SJW nonsense. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give this thing a chance, and I did. And I'm like, oh my god.
Can I ask you about that part? Was there an SJW kind of thing to it?
There was a whole bunch of feminist agenda up in there, like the whole female empowerment and girl power, and like I don't need no man for this and that, and all men are bad, because that's basically what drove the whole movie. A man did her wrong, so therefore all men are bad, and therefore you need these other women and stuff like that to make you feel better.
Well, that can still be a decent enough movie because there are women who feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
They get wronged by one man, and actually, that's feminism right there. Get wronged by one man's all men are evil.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can see that, and you can see it, but as long as they don't go too far that way, where it comes off sounding like they're supporting that kind of nonsense, then I can deal with it. But I probably won't see this movie. I may look at trailers with the sound off because Harley. I mean, look, Margot Robbie in that outfit is kind of hot.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. But the trailers itself just didn't inspire me to want to see it. And after Suicide Squad, which this is kind of a sequel to, just like I don't care. You ruined me with that. Suicide Squad should have had potential, and that was a dumbass movie.
I thought it had potential. Or at least I liked it to a point, man. That's why I thought like
to a point, yes.
Yeah, Birds of Prey was gonna kind of like, maybe they're gonna take this movie right here and do better than what they did in Suicide Squad, and they just did 10 times worse.
Nice. AOC is my hero. She knows that what us women need, all us women.
Oh yeah, and Tom Leach, he had asked me earlier, like, did I have a theater to myself? Almost. I kid you not. Only 20 people were up in there. Wow. In that whole entire thing, man. That's just how, unlikable this movie was going to be. I was expecting other people just to pop in at the last movie, but no, I could have sat anywhere in the, you know how they assign seats to you and all that right there. And I went to my assigned seat, which was way in the back where I like to be at sometimes, so I could see the whole entire screen. But I could have sat anywhere in that damn movie and not bothered nobody. That's just how empty it was.
Our theater is still, you sit wherever you want to. And I always sit in the back because at the theater we have in the very back, all of the other seats are on the incline, Well, there's this flat spot, and then they put a row of seats right at the back of that so that it's nice and roomy. Mm-hmm. You can get up and go to the bathroom without bothering anybody else if you need to. Yeah, I fucking love that area. Is this opening weekend for Birds of Prey?
Yep. It came out it came out on, well, technically it came out Thursday, but everything started out on Friday. So it's like, just imagine when I went at like 7:35. So that's when usually, like I'm saying, everybody just started piling in, to come see like all the movies. Nope, it didn't happen. It's not with that movie, at least.
It's funny. Just as we're talking about this, the top thing that comes up in my timeline is they're talking about this. After grossing $13 million on Friday, the film is now estimated to earn an opening weekend of $34 million, which would be the lowest start for a DC Comics adaptation since the opening of Jonah Hex in 2010. Wow.
Because it was just so much wrong with it. Like I said, besides like they had no plot, they had no good character. They tried to do so much in this movie, man, trying to explain to everybody who's all in it, what they going through and stuff like that, because boo-hoo, these women got wronged. And they tried to explain everybody's story in so little time, and they just couldn't do it.
Birds of Prey cost $97 million. Ooh. So with marketing, you double that basically. You think about $180 million is what they need to break even, and they've made $34 million estimated for their open. Ouch. That should be the end of Harley Quinn in the movies, except as a bit character where she belongs.
Yeah. And of course, whose fault is it going to be? Men.
Pincala says, but Monks, it was stunning and action-packed. If you're looking at Suicide Squad, it was action-packed. I just didn't enjoy most of the action in that thing. And for me, Suicide Squad, it just didn't make a lot of sense. Thank you, Cryptic. They advertised it for women only. Foot equals shoot. Yeah. It felt kind of like they were trying to capitalize. What's that horror movie that was just out? Hustle. The way that they did the previews for it that I saw, it looked like they were trying to kind of capitalize on Hustle. with the girl vibe and yeah, it's just maybe okay. Hollywood, I want you to listen to me for just a minute. Just listen. I'm not saying women don't like comics. I'm not saying women don't like comic characters, but women like the same comic characters that men are reading. Men are your overwhelming audience. How about, and I'm just throwing this out there, you stop making movies that you think you're going to apply to a tiny, tiny, tiny portion of the population.
Yes,
Especially when you don't even understand that they like the same characters we do, the same stories we do. Those women who like this, they want to see the same thing I do. Stop making garbage.
But the thing is, like I said, they keep listening to this small, loud vocal. You know, I'm like, we want women to like this and like that, and all that right there. So they kowtow to them and they make this type of movie. And the women who sit up here and vocalize what all they want, they don't go see it. We've been saying this for the umpteenth time, and they still haven't listened.
No, and they'll never get it because and then they'll blame us. They'll blame. Do you remember what happened with Charlie's Angels?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't for men. And then why didn't men go see this?
You told us not to. It wasn't for us.
It wasn't for us. Why aren't you yelling at the women you made it for not going and watching it?
Exactly.
It's like we're the problem no matter what happens, Pat.
Yep.
If you want to make a movie for women, make a rom-com, make a drama. Again, that does not mean that only women will see it, but that's what they tend towards. If you're going to make a comedy or you're going, not a rom-com, an actual comedy or an action movie, make them for men. And as long as you do that, you have a decent chance of having a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Stop fucking doing it stop making it for an audience that doesn't exist. See, that's the part that bugs me, Pat, because like, we're going to make this for women. The women who like Harley Quinn have grown up watching, the Batman cartoons or reading the actual Batman comics. Stuff that by their standards are made for men. Mm-hmm. Those women are going to want to see that. They don't want to see the garbage you're putting out there. And again, I'm not saying that Birds of Prey is that way. I haven't seen it myself. But stop doing that shit. You'll be amazed. You're like, wow, we sold tickets. Day 3 of a comic book movie opening, you should not have your choice of seats in the theater.
Yes. But
oh man,
you can't tell them, like I said, because like I said, if they took your advice right there and they actually did that and they saw a progression and all that right there, then what would happen? Then they'd have to admit that that we were right all along and that these people that they were listening to just need to shut the hell up. And no, we can't do that because we got to push the feminist agenda.
Yeah,
these feminists are going to cost you money, lots of it.
You would think by this time, with how many companies have cowed to these assholes and seen no good result from it, that they would stop. That they'd be like, maybe we shouldn't make movies for these people. Maybe we shouldn't make video games for these people. Maybe we shouldn't make music for these people. Maybe we shouldn't do our television shows for these people. Maybe we should do it for the people who actually like what we're fucking doing.
It's going to take them going broken before they realize that.
Yep. And that's just, by that time, it's too late, ain't it?
Yep. And I laugh at them as soon as it happens.
It's great, though, because now it's like, look, DC has another failure. Man, after Aquaman and Justice League, those did better for them. Especially Aquaman. Aquaman was pretty well received.
Mm.
The Wonder Woman was decently received. Made good money. And they're going to regress and go back to stupid shit.
Yeah.
Make a good movie.
And of course, anytime you point this out, like I said, you have a whole lot of people, Captain Marvel. And it's...
Oh, God, don't get me. We'll get back to that. Lamented Guide asks, did you see the new crappy Thundercats cartoon? No. I was never a Thundercats fan to begin with. but that Steven Universe drawing style, what do they call that?
I
Cal
forget.
something?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I find it lazy. It's as lazy as my fucking avatar. I actually kind of feel like they stole it. Look at my avatar.
Yeah, Cal Arts.
Cal Arts, thank you. Look at my avatar and tell me that couldn't fit in Steven Universe. Those little shits didn't steal my art style. Little bastards. And like I said, this was made purposefully easy to manipulate. I find that style quite lazy, to be honest. That doesn't mean it can't be good if you like it. But I've also noticed that the Cal Art style tends to come with SJW injections in mass.
Ooh, and lots of it.
Justin says fuck Captain Marvel, the porn parody had a better plot and characters built than the actual movie. I haven't seen either, to be honest with you.
I've seen the porn. He's right, man. Yeah. That shit was way more interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen either, and don't plan to. Captain Marvel 2, they're in the writing stage of it, and the only thing we've heard is that this really SJW chick who actually used to work with Anita Sarkeesian was signed up to write it, but even that is suspect. We just don't know right now, at least last I looked. But it's gonna be garbage anyway. It'll make a lot of money because it's a fucking Marvel film.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's gonna be, go women's.
And I think like the only reason why like a lot of people went watching and stuff like that just to see what was going to happen and all that right there, because it was a shit ton of people who went and like hate watching. See, I told you this was going to be trash.
And well, most of the people that I know who saw it, what they said about it was it's a normal Marvel movie, which is what I expected. But when it comes to like the comic books, I don't read a lot of titles because I'm just not interested in the character. I have no interest in the character of Captain Marvel. So it would have to be a great Marvel movie to get me to go see it or to watch it. Same with I'm going to be fair here. Doctor Strange, that character does not appeal to me at all. The only Doctor Strange I've actually seen is in the Avengers. And even there, I really didn't care for him. But Justin says, I bet it's a flop. It won't have Endgame to protect it. It's a Marvel movie. They don't flop. They might not, break records every time. But it's not going to flop.
No.
Ant-Man wasn't a flop. Ant-Man 2 wasn't a flop. Strange wasn't a flop. They all made their money back and a little bit more. But, yeah. All right, dude.
Yeah. That's what's been saving them so far.
Yeah. And we'll see what happens. If they do go with this SJW writer, that could be the end of Marvel movies. We'll see what happens with that. But Jack, damn it. I'm just used to saying, but Jack, I'm going to wrap up here. So let me try. And Pat is very close to Jack. Jack. But Pat, I'm going to wrap up here so I can go eat my lunch and see my wife. She's not mad at me anymore. She just had to growl at me for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are awesome. I love you. Pat, is there anything you want to show?
Yes, I do. Like, if you haven't, heard me like bragging about it for like the umpteenth time, come the 8th of March on my live stream channel, I'm going to be interviewing SDA.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's like, we got a little something going down where I'm going to be basically like, inviting on my little live stream and all that right there, be talking with a lot of questions, about a whole Teresa J. Martin and other things. So everybody tune into that if you can. I already have it set up. All you got to do is go and subscribe to the channel.
I'm told Streamlabs. What did I miss over here? I'm so sorry. I got all of the ones that are on Streamlabs, unless something was sent recently and it hasn't refreshed. What the hell?
And I have nothing because my Streamlabs is really new.
Yeah. So P Dog, if you sent something, thank you. It's just not coming up. I appreciate that. Tonight we're gonna be over on 2 Cents Plus playing some see, I almost said 7 Days to Die. We haven't done that in a long time. We're gonna be playing some Dark Souls 3 tonight. This is our long stream. We start at 7, usually go to about 11 o'clock. So come hang out. It's a lot of fun. I don't think I have anything else planned today. So just watch on Twitter. You'll find out if I do. I don't think I do. But Pat, thank you for joining me. I'd like to thank P Dog, who was here earlier. Make sure you check out Psycho Rick, and it's your boy Pat live stream, right?
Yeah, it's called Your Boy Live.
Your Boy Live. There you go. Check those out and subscribe. Everybody, thank you so much for coming and hanging out today. Pat, thank you for joining me. P Dog, thank you for joining me as well. Everybody, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Don't watch